Well, 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 it is that time of the year again. Coachella Weekend 1, aka the Influencer Olympics, has officially come and gone. I find Coachella content fun. I like looking at all the outfits. I like all the car camper vlogs. But as many people have already mentioned on the internet, Coachella outfits this year felt very repetitive. And yes, as someone who sifted through hundreds of influencer outfits, I do agree. Brands love Coachella. Influencers might like Coachella, but brands love it. So brands will send all these girls, put them in a house, and then I guess give them 5 shirts to choose from. And that, I assume, is how we end up with all the girls wearing the same clothes. And it kind of sucks because a huge thing about Coachella is the fact that it's the Influencer Olympics. The outfits are a huge deal, but I guess when you're contractually obligated to only wear one brand, how much creativity can you really have? That being said, not everyone flopped this year. There were a lot of good outfits, and as I mentioned already, I went through hundreds of influencers. Originally, I wanted to do every influencer. I didn't realize that there were hundreds of thousands of influencers going. Like, I knew there'd be a lot, but oh my gosh. So when I realized I'd bitten off far more than I could chew, I decided to note down as many influencers as I could and then choose my top 50. And now I'm going to share my top 50 influencers with you. And in true Influencer Olympics fashion, I will be awarding gold, silver, and bronze medals for day 1, day 2, and day 3. And then somehow I am going to decide who was best dressed overall. But before we get into my favorite looks, so let's take a closer look at all these repeated outfits. Something that I noticed was Leah Halton and Liv Walker from Love Island both wore the same skirt that Alex Earl and Katie Fang wore last year. And the reason that it stuck out to me so much was because Katie Fang got absolutely roasted by the internet. But I haven't heard anyone talk about these two skirts this year. And another one is this black top. I'm not actually sure who makes it, but 3 different influencers wore this. On day 1, an influencer named Jackie wore it. On day 2, an influencer named Bella wore it. And then on day 3, an influencer named Samantha wore it. And then there's Revice Denim, who is very guilty of outfit repeating this year. This star denim top of theirs was worn on day 2 by 2 different influencers, one named Demetra and one named Lindsay. And then it was worn again on day 3 by an influencer named Eliana. And then the top that I've actually seen a lot of people talk about is this one from Revice. 6 different influencers wore this top. On the pre-Coachella day, Sunday and Demetra wore it. And then on day 1, an influencer named Deja, an influencer named Evelyn, Katie Fang, as mentioned earlier, and an influencer named Paisley. I believe she also wore it on day 1. And don't even get me started on the fact that 2 of the girls I just listed are 14 and 15 years old. I think it is completely inappropriate for a brand to invite children to Coachella, but I really do think it's a disservice to the influencers and the brand to have so many of the girls wearing the same clothes. Now, if I told you that that top was tied for first place of most repeated top of Coachella 2026, would you believe me? Because it is true, and I have not seen anyone else talk about this top. It's from White Fox Boutique, and it is cute, but gosh, it definitely had its moment this year. On the pre-Coachella day, it was worn by an influencer named Riley, and then on day 1, it was worn by influencers named Naya, Millie, and Mia. On day 2, it was worn by an influencer named Katie, and then on day 3, it was worn by an influencer named Evelyn. It is in different colors, and I think because of the structure of the top, it's like easy to just blend in with a regular outfit, which is why I don't think as many people have been talking about it. But gosh, I kind of miss the days when people wore what they wanted to Coachella and not what they had to because of a contract, which is why I spent all weekend noting down all kinds of influencers that had fun looks. Because there are 50 of them, originally 156, I am going to go through them alphabetically. Starting with A, an influencer named Abigail, and I really like her day 1 fit. I like the silhouette of it. I like the frillies on top. I think the shorts are really cute. And boy, oh boy, will we see some micro shorts because that is the new trend. Her day 2 outfit is actually what caught my eye. It came across my Instagram feed, and I used a new Instagram for this because I didn't really want to mess up my existing algorithms and everything, especially since I was following a bunch of people I didn't know at all. So my entire Instagram perfectly for this was filled with Coachella content. So that's why I feel like I got a lot of influencers and micro influencers. But this outfit caught my eye because of the color and the frillies on the pants. I don't know if this is the most Coachella-esque outfit, but it is something a little bit different. I'm not a huge fan of using bikini tops as shirts at Coachella just because it's in the desert. To me, it doesn't feel like it fits. But I think this dress has the silhouette without actually having a bikini. And then her day 3 outfit is relatively simple. I did notice this with most of the influencers. They go a lot harder on day 1 and 2, and then on day 3, it's usually a more basic outfit, and sometimes they don't even like dress up at all. And for the influencers that didn't go or didn't dress up for day 3, they did not make my list. I like the distressed look of this top and these pants, and honestly, it's a good fit for Coachella day 3 overall. And then we've got an influencer named Adeline, and she's also wearing micro shorts. She's wearing a matching top and bottom. This silhouette, honestly, it was pretty common this year, but I thought it looked good. I especially like the belt, and I like that everything is cohesive about it. And then for her day 2 look, she's got this like almost bandana all over print, and I think that's fun. I like when influencers wear a bandana print to Coachella because I feel like bandanas have been such an integral part of Coachella fashion, mostly for their practicality because they prevent dust from getting in your lungs, but I like the little nod to past Coachellas. It does look like she's wearing a bikini top, and I just wish that it was something a little bit different, maybe something with a little bit of a fun texture. I think that could have added something. And then for day 3, she also went a little bit simpler, and she honestly did not accessorize at all. I think some accessories would have been a nice touch, but I like the Western base of this outfit. Then we've got influencer, first reality TV star, Alara. Her day 1 outfit is unique. I don't know if it's necessarily Coachella. Like, I have never, ever seen a skirt like this. She didn't accessorize a whole lot, which I think makes sense given the outfit. And for day 2, she went a lot simpler. When I say I don't like a bikini top as a top for Coachella, I don't mean tops like this. Like, this is the bikini top silhouette, but you can tell it's not really meant to be like swam in. I just don't like the ones that you can clearly tell are made of like that swimsuit material. And then on day 3, she went all black. And I like that there's, a distinct style to every outfit that she wore this weekend. Next, we've got an influencer named Ali. And her day 1 outfit is really cute. What sticks out to me is the butterfly top. I think the accessories are really cute. And given the fact that Sabrina Carpenter was the headliner for day 1, I think it's fitting. And then for day 2, I originally thought she was wearing a dress. Now I can't tell if it's a 2-piece or a dress. But regardless, I do think it's cute. I like the orange. I like a little bit of a pop of color. I don't think we have to only wear beige to Coachella. There's nothing too show-stopping about this, but I think it's a solid outfit. And then day 3, she went a little bit more like Western, a little simpler. And I know every single influencer has this belt, but I still like it. I don't think it's been overdone quite yet. Then we've got influencer named Bridget. She goes by Acquired Style. And her day 1 outfit, I think, got like some attention because of the pants. I love the way that these pants move. I think it's very fun. The way she styled them though, very basic. She really lets the pants, I guess, speak for themselves. The top doesn't blow me away. In fact, I would have preferred, I think, any other color than just a plain white one. And in fact, another influencer wore these exact pants. An influencer named Tessa wore them on day 2. And I think the way that Tessa styled them is fun. It doesn't take away from the pants, but I think it adds still a little something extra. I especially like the pink cowboy boots. I think those look really good. And then for Bridget's day 2 look, again, something very simple, just basic jeans, and then just like a bikini, and I don't know what to call them, but like the tops that are basically just jewelry. The top part is fun. I like it. It has a lot of potential, same as her last outfit, but I don't like just the basic blue jeans. I included Bridget because I really did like her day 1 pants, but for the rest of the weekend, it was like, Because on day 3, she wears almost the same thing as on day 1. Again, the top is fun, has some potential, but then it's paired with blue jeans and no accessories. Like day 2 and day 3 don't even have a belt. Moving on to the C's, we have influencer / micro influencer. I'm not quite sure when you become a full-fledged influencer, but her name is Caroline. She came on my TikTok For You page as like one of those car camper vloggers, and then she talked about how she made her outfit. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep checking back and see what exactly she made. And I thought it was impressive. I think the pattern is fun, it seems practical, and the fact that she made it means she doesn't have to worry about matching with anyone. I want to say her day 2 outfit is thrifted and not handmade. But seeing this one come together on the TikTok was so cool. And she really accessorized it well. And then day 3, she did go a little bit simpler with a silhouette that was pretty common this Coachella, of this like spaghetti strap top that just flows into a longer dress. But overall, I thought it was a great weekend for her, especially given the fact that she's not like a huge influencer and the fact that she did the car camping. Then we've got an influencer named China, and she didn't actually catch my eye until she posted her day 3 fit. But then I went back and I looked at her other outfits and I thought they were cute. For day 1, I do actually like the teal. It's usually not my favorite color, but I think she pulls it off. And I really like the accessories, like the belt, and then that she tied that teal fabric, I guess, around her shorts. I don't think it's revolutionary, but it is fun to see a pop of color. And then day 2, she went a little bit more Western. Again, I like the accessories, and these tie-up tops and tie-up shorts were a huge trend this Coachella. And then her day 3 outfit, which shockingly, I think is her best one, which was really rare to see this weekend. And if you remember when I went over all the matching outfits, this top may look familiar. This is not the exact same top. It could be made by the same brand. Very similar, but not the exact same. But really the highlight for me is this skirt. This skirt is stunning. Then we've got reality TV star from Love Island turned influencer Sierra. For her day 1 look, I like the colors. I like the accessories. I think the pants are fun. I think the highlight is the top because it is a similar silhouette to a lot of what influencers wore, but because of the texture and the color, it looks very different. And then for her day 2 outfit, she's got this cross top. I think that's honestly the highlight of the outfit. It's definitely unique, so it makes the look stand out. And then on day 3, she went simpler with some blue jeans and a tank top and some accessories. She did accessorize, so it wasn't like completely basic and boring. But yeah, for a day 3 look, I think it's fine. And this next influencer kind of confused me because on TikTok, she goes by CC Regina, but then on Instagram, she goes by Colby. And at first, I wasn't even sure that these were the same girls, but she broke her nose a couple days before Coachella, and she mentioned that on her TikTok and on her Instagram. For her day 1 outfit, I like the skirt. I just think with the shirt, it's like a little bit much. I think with all white, you always risk looking a bit bridal, and I think that's kind of the situation that we've got going on here. I even think like if it was a different color or slightly different shade, it would be totally different, but when I look at it, I'm just like bride. But I like the silhouette. I think it could have benefited from a little bit more accessorizing, because then I think it wouldn't seem bridal if she had like a couple belts on, I guess. Though I'm not endorsing just adding belts to every single outfit, because that is what some influencers did, and I don't think it worked for everybody. Also, this isn't a huge influencer, and she did have a broken nose, so considering all of that, this is a great day 1 outfit. For day 2, she has a similar vibe where the undergarments are the same color as the overlay and it's lace, but this time in black, and this one is like body hugging. I think this one works a lot better than day 1. I like all the fringe on this. I think fringe is very Coachella, and I like the lace pattern. And then she also went pretty basic for day 3. I think this is a bikini top, but it doesn't look like she's about to jump in the pool. Also, the pants are very fun. They're definitely not basic. So I think for a day 3 outfit, this honestly nails it. And then there's influencer Cora, and her day 1 outfit stood out because it's colorful. I by no means think Coachella outfits need to be groundbreaking, revolutionary, and stunningly executed, because at the end of the day, it is a music festival. This is not the Met. So I can most definitely appreciate a basic outfit that I think is both fun and practical. And I think that's what this is. I like the little pink cover up. I think these colors look really good together, and I like the silhouette of it. And then for day 2, she did go a little more basic, but I do like these white pants. They got a little bit of texture to them, and I like her accessories here. And then for day 3, I also like the silhouette of this outfit, and I included Cora because I think her outfits are a nice mix between fun and practical. And if someone was looking for Coachella inspiration as a newbie, I think she'd be good inspiration. This next influencer, Christina, I think she also does a good job with basic Coachella outfits that are, practical but still cute. At first, I didn't like her day 1 outfit just because of the cutouts. I'm not a huge cutouts person, but as I was looking closer, I liked the accessories. I liked the little jewelry. I like the sparkle in the red. I think it's fun, but it's nothing too special. I really liked her day 2 outfit though. I thought this was very influencer, and this is again someone who is not a huge influencer and did car camping. So I think that makes like putting this outfit together even more impressive. I think this top is very fun. It has similar vibes as some of the other like jewelry stringy tops, but it's unique, and I didn't see anyone else wear this. And then on day 3, she wore this white matching set, and I think this kind of material and style was very popular this year at Coachella, but I think she looks really good in it. Then we've got an influencer I hadn't heard of up until this point, Dow's. When I saw this outfit, I thought, these are the influencer Olympics. Like this style of like such high production, such planning. This is exactly what turned Coachella from a music festival into the influencer Olympics. And I think the looks of the influencers that turned Coachella from a music festival into what it is now, they're just not hitting the same anymore. So I was quite pleased when I saw this because I thought the reins have been handed over. Is this look my favorite? No. I think it kind of looks like mummy cosplay, to be honest, but I think this influencer embodies what Coachella has turned into. So I definitely had to include him. His day 2 outfit I like more. This one got, I think, more attention on social media. The colors are really fun, the texture, the material. This is a very, very fun look. And then for his day 3 look, are we getting assless chaps flashbacks or what? His caption is Crackchella, which I think is funny. And I think the crack is part of the look for this one. I think the top on this one is so fun. The color, the shape, everything. And then of course, the pants, they stand on their own. Then we've got influencer Ellie, and I thought all 3 of her looks were a fun take on basics. For day 1, I like the prints, I like the color, I like the silhouette. I think it's very Coachella. And then her day 2 look is my least favorite. I don't love this dress. I don't like the way that it bunches and just the way that it fits. And then for day 3, I like this little cover up that we've got going on. Every single influencer that wore it, I was like, ooh, that's so fun. But that's as someone who's always looking for practicality in fashion, because when I see that, I see a sun barrier, I see a dust barrier, and I see something that can keep you warm when it gets cold at night. The piece in this outfit though that got me, the bottoms. I love this skirt, and I like this, like, it's a belt bag basically, but so much more fun than the belt bag you're thinking of. But yeah, this skirt, so cute. I would love to have it in my closet. Then we've got influencer Erky, and she did in fact wear assless chaps on day 1. I thought her day 1 look was cute. Obviously, it's been done before, but I like the different textures, leather, denim, and then like the furry top. The look that caught my eye though was her day 2 outfit, because she has a micro top on. Like this thing is so small. When they say like, oh, why would I wear a mini skirt if it's not the size of a belt? This is the why would I wear that top if it's not the size of a belt edition. The skirt also looks so cute. I love the fur on her boots. The accessories, this is a good Coachella outfit. I really like this. And then on day 3, she did go a little bit simpler with these, I think they're called bloomers. And now bloomers are not my favorite thing because I think they look like diapers, especially in white. I think it's a very dangerous game to play. But I like the basketball cap with the scarf around it. I thought that was chic. It's really hard for me not to envision a diaper, but other than that, this is a cute outfit. Then we've got an influencer named Erica. For her day 1 look, she's basically wearing micro shorts and this flowy top, but I like the silhouette of it. And I also like the head covering. But the outfit that got my attention was her day 2 look. This skirt is so pretty, so fun. When you zoom in, the skirt gets even more perfect. And then of course, she really did not dress this skirt up at all. And I guess all I can say is like, thank goodness at least the tank top wasn't white. And then day 3, the silhouette is pretty basic, but it's in a fun color. I like that the bra is blue and then the covering is pink. I think it's a very good day 3 Coachella outfit. Then we've got an influencer named Florence, and her day 1 outfit did get some attention on social media, basically for being like, Zara Larsson inspired. And I do think it's cute. I like the color. I don't think we should be scared of wearing color to Coachella. I think it's a nice mix between fun and practical. She loses me a little bit on day 2, not in love with these denim shorts and this bikini top. Would have loved, a couple more accessories here, especially on top, but just because it's basic doesn't mean it's awful. But then for day 3, I think she does redeem herself because I really like this top. I think it's a bold choice to have this silver material with a tan fringe, but I think it works. And the fringe is of course very Coachella. And then we've got an influencer named Hershey, and she caught my attention I think the week before Coachella. It was the weekend before, because she made a TikTok saying that she was going to make one of her Coachella outfits, and I think she said that she was going to be featuring other South Asian clothing brands, and I was intrigued, so I followed her because I want to see how these outfits would all turn out. For day 1, I really like the skirt. I think it's cute. I love the colors. This whole look is very bright, and I love that this top can be worn in multiple different ways. Like she can wear it basically as a head covering or draping down or as straps. And then on day 2, the highlight for me is definitely the top. I like that it matches the boots and the belt buckle. And then for day 3, I guess technically technically she did go simpler in terms of like the silhouette. And I think this is the top that she made herself. It's supposed to be like a mirror top. I think this is so fun. Like, I think a regular bikini top would not do what this top is doing right now. And I think that's my beef with bikini tops as tops at Coachella. I love the pants. I like the color. I like the way that the light shines on them. This is a very good day 3 fit. Then we've got an influencer named Elida, and it was her very first look that caught my eye. The skirt on this look is so perfect, and the way that it matches with the top, stunning. But I remember seeing this and thinking that one's gonna be my favorite. And I am happy to report that by comparison, this one is still one of my favorites. I know her day 2 outfit is simpler, but dare I say I like it more than her day 1 outfit. This skirt, gorgeous. This top, very cute. I love this skirt and the top, the textures, the color, so good. And I think what I like about this one a little bit more is that I can tell visually that this is more practical to wear to a music festival. And I don't think she's sacrificing the show-stopping element that she had in her first outfit. And then for day 3, she did go simpler. It's very neutral and they are blue jeans at the end of the day, but I think for day 3, it's an appropriate outfit. And then we've got James Charles. His day 1 look, to me, it doesn't quite hit. I think it's a little bit confusing to look at, and truthfully, I don't know what exactly he was going for. His day 2 look does have a little bit more color, so I feel like it would have been more appropriate for day 1 given Sabrina Cella. I do like this top. I like, you can see, you know, the pockets. The structure of this top is nice. And I think overall this is a better Coachella fit. And then day 3 is again more of a neutral. I think this is fine for Coachella. I think it's got a good practical silhouette. Then we've got an influencer named Jessica, and her day 1 fit, gorgeous. This look blew me away when I saw it. This skirt is so intricate, and this top, like the back of it, or I guess the non-existent back of it, so good. Her day 2 outfit was a little bit simpler, but for some reason, and I cannot pinpoint it, it works. I think it might be the color, like the little red piping. Also the silhouette of the dress. I like the deep V. And then for day 3, she did a get dressed with me, and she was gonna wear these little black micro shorts, but she said in a caption that it was too cold, so she changed into jeans. And I think the jeans look better. I think the original day 3 outfit, just all one color, it was okay, but this to me works better. I think the top is very cute, and for a day 3 fit, I think this is really good, but it's not like she went so hard day 1 and day 2 and then it just like fell off. I think she was really consistent the whole weekend. Then we've got an influencer named Khalida, and her day 1 outfit did get some attention on social media. It's cool, it's fun, it's different. And then her day 2 look, for me, I think it's similar to when you see a top, for example, and you think, ooh, that's a cute top. But then you see it worn by 5 different people and you're like, oh, it's still a cute top, but now it doesn't have that same pizzazz it had. I think that's how I feel about her day 1 and then versus her day 2 look. I like her day 2 look. I might even like it more than day 1, but because she wore both looks with the same like creative concept, the second time it just doesn't hit as hard, which is kind of unfortunate. I don't think, you know, really there's any way to work around that. But looking at both of these looks, I really don't know which one's my favorite. I think 1 and 2 both look good. They're both very creative. And then for day 3, she did go a little bit simpler, but I like the accessorizing. I like the texture of everything. It's still a really cute look, but she just set the bar for herself so high with day 1 and 2 that I think it almost looks like it pales in comparison. But objectively, this is a really good day 3 look. Then we've got an influencer named Katie, and to be honest, I kind of snuck her in. Her outfits are extremely basic, and there is a difference between matching with other people and then matching with yourself in the same weekend. Her silhouette on day 1, you know, pretty basic, pretty common, very popular this year. Then for day 2, she's wearing that top that 5 other girls wore with a plain white skirt, no accessorizing. And then on day 3, she's wearing basically the same outfit as on day 1. And I think day 3 is her best look. I like the lace. I just like the silhouette of the third look the best, but I wanted to include her because, you know, basic looks deserve some love too. And mostly I just wanted to share that she wore basically the same outfit 2 days, which I don't think is a common occurrence for influencers. Then we've got influencer slash micro influencer named Kayla. Her first day look, admittedly not my favorite. I do like the top, but I think the bottom, it's almost too much fabric. It's almost like, you know, bed sheet. But then day 2 is like the silhouette that everyone's been going for this year, but I think almost better. I really really like the asymmetry of the top. I like the flowy. I like the pattern. I think this outfit is really good. And then for day 3, she went a little more grunge, but I still think she did a great job. My favorite look of hers is day 2. I'm just so impressed with her, car camping all 3 days and still pulling out 3 great looks. And then there's another micro influencer and her name is Kaylee. She also did car camping, so that is something to note. Her day 1 fit though, I love the fringe. I love that fringe is the outfit. Like there's nothing but fringe and a belt. I think it's super fun. I think it's super Coachella. And then day 2, not my favorite of hers. I do still think like it's a fun Coachella outfit, but I just don't really like the look of the cutouts. And then on day 3, she did go a little simpler, but I love the skirt in this look. I know the spaghetti top is plain white and that's not ideal, but I think with the accessories like the necklace, the boots, the bangle, it honestly works. Next, we've got an influencer named Kim and she looks good. Her day 1 outfit caught my attention as it did a lot of other people. I have seen that she's been on like some best dress lists. The texture of this, so fun. The colors, I love that she accessorized with teal. Like that's not something I would expect to look good with the outfit. And so it's fun to me that it does work. And then her day 2 look, for lack of a better description, it's like more stringy. I think it's really cute though. And I do like when influencers have distinct styles every single day. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with having a cohesive style, but it is fun to be able to pinpoint like this is day 1, this is day 2, this is day 3. And then on day 3, she did go pretty simple. It's just this white like matching set with a belt. I would have loved a couple more accessories, but again, it is day 3 and no one really brings their A game on day 3. I think at that point, understandably, everyone is just focused on making it through the day. And then we've got an influencer named Kamaya and her looks also stood out to me. Her day 1 look, so gorgeous. The little frillies, the silhouette, everything about this is perfect. Then for her day 2 look, I love the earthy tones. It's completely different from her day 1 look, but I still think it looks really good, especially the little like wrap skirt and the boots. And then her day 3 outfit is a bikini as the base, but I don't hate it because the cover-ups cover up the bathing suit. So it almost looks like a regular top. I like the bold green. I like the color of the pink with it. And I like the jewelry like top incorporation because it actually is a dress. I saw her TikTok where she was styling this and I think it's just a creative way to wear it. Then we've got an influencer named Lauren and what caught my eye was her day 2 look. So when I went back to her day 1, I was like, okay, yeah, that is cute. It's a nice basic festival outfit. I fear we are in bikini top with a cover up territory. I really like the back of the top that she wears on day 1. And then on day 2, I thought this is honestly a little bit different. It stood out a little bit to me compared to all the other Coachella outfits. This like dress with again a very cool back is very fun to me. I think it's also very practical. And then day 3 was a little bit boring. I feel like, you could just wear this on a regular day, but it is day 3, so. Then we've got another influencer named Lauren, and I liked her day 1 outfit because, like I mentioned, I like the bandana print incorporation. And this plus like it's shiny, the texture, I think it's fun. It's a pop of color. The only unfortunate part for me is that I already saw this outfit on another influencer the week before, except that influencer said she was planning to wear it, but then it came in the mail or something and it was ugly. But when I saw it on Lauren and it was all styled at Coachella, I thought it looked really good. And then her day 2 look was something that, was seen a lot at Coachella this year. This like white knit crochet material top and bottom. But I like the belt and I like the bag she chose to pair with it. And I do like that it's long sleeves. I feel like that's a little bit different. And then her day 3 outfit, I love the fringe, of course. I think it's a great outfit for day 3. And I think Lauren is also one of the influencers that gave consistent looks all 3 days. Then we've got an influencer named Lydia, and her day 1 look was what caught my attention. I liked the color, I liked the yellow and the pink, and the texture. I just really like how the material lays in this outfit. I think it looks really good. And I think it's fitting for Sabrina Cella. Then her day 2 outfit is also, it kind of plays with this like frayed idea. It's monochromatic. The texture is obviously very fun. I like the headpiece, but overall this look is not show-stopping to me. And then her day 3 outfit, I like the concept, but I think the skirt, like the fold over part on the front, I just don't like it. I don't get it. But I do like the necklace, and I think the top styled in a different way would look really good. Then we've got our third and final Lauren, and I think she had like basic but fun outfits. Her day one look is my favorite. I love double denim. I like the belt, and I especially like the star necklace that she wore. And then day two was a little bit more basic, but she had a pink wig and like a black headpiece on that matched her top. So I thought that was cute. And then day three was like a little more beachy, but I do think she can serve as good inspiration for like realistic Coachella style. Then we've got an influencer named Lucinda, and her day one outfit was so sparkly, and she's got a matching cap. I thought this was really cute. The bag doesn't seem like it would fit, but honestly, I think it works with the look. And then her second day outfit, I think is also very Zara Larsson inspired. It's very frilly and florally. I like that she didn't just wear color one day. And then for day three, she did go a little more basic, but this is still quite a daring top to wear. I think she looks really good, and given the fact that it's day three, I think she consistently had pretty good looks. Then we've got an influencer named Mahaya, and she is one of the influencers that I saw on TikTok. She made her outfits and she car camped, so kudos to her. For her day one outfit, the silhouette is pretty simple, but I think the patterns are really fun, and the fact that she made it is so cool. Then for the second outfit, again, I really like the patchwork, and I think the two tops laid together is very cute. And then for day three, she made an outfit, and it was to honor her best friend who passed earlier this year, and I think the outfit looks really good. She made a whole TikTok explaining it, and I really liked seeing her thought process and like the meaning behind this outfit. Then we've got an influencer named Malia, and she was on my radar from like almost the very beginning because she posted a video getting her hair done for Coachella, I think on Thursday. So that's when I decided to follow her, because I thought if she had cool hair like that, then she'd probably have matching cool outfits. And I was right. Her first day outfit is very pink. I think it's cute. I like the lace. Not a huge fan of like these corset tops, but I think overall it looks really good, and I love the color. So gorgeous, perfect for Sabrina Cella. And then her day two fit, this outfit to me is like the perfect Coachella outfit. Like, this is practical and fun, and it has festival vibes. And then for day three, she didn't accessorize as much, and I don't love the matching set, but I still do think it's cute, and again, there is that grace around day three. Then we've got an influencer named Manu, and she caught my attention from her first look. I thought this dress was so adorable. I also love brown though. I really do. Any clothing item in brown, I'm like, ooh, it's perfect. But I like the texture, the silhouette, the color, the accessorizing. And then day two, I fear we are in swimsuit and cover up territory, but I like the print. At least everything is printed. And I like that she did accessorize with a lot of necklaces and bracelets. And then day three is simple, but I honestly think it really works. Like this baseball cap and this simple dress. I think it still looks festively, and I think it's accessorized well. Then we've got an influencer named Mickey, and I really like the colors of her day one outfit. The look is relatively simple, but I like the solids. Not everything has to be a print. Not everything has to be in your face. Don't love her day two fit. I know it's supposed to be like Biebercella themed, but it's just not doing anything for me. Honestly, I think it's just the color. I think it's a lot of bold purple. And then dare I say my favorite outfit of hers is actually day three. This is relatively simple, but I like the shirt. I like that it says Diva. I think the accessorizing is really good, and the fit, it just works. Then we've got an influencer named Millie, and on day one, she wore that top that 6 other influencers wore, but she looked really good. What can I say? For her day two fit, I just love the textures. I love the materials. I like the accessories. It is still like relatively simple. It is just black and white. And then I really liked her day three look. It is a matching set, and it does have a couple of accessories, but I think it's just really nice festival attire. And then we've got an influencer named Molly, and this day one look of hers, I actually saw in someone else's Instagram post, and they didn't tag her, so I had to like find her on my own, and I did. But this day one look, I was like, this is everything. I like the micro shorts. I like the silhouette of the top. I like the pattern. I think that it's still practical, and I loved the hair. And then for day two, I just feel like this is the perfect festival fit. Like, I think this is a really good mix of what a lot of different influencers were wearing, like put into one outfit. And then day three, in my opinion, is her best look. This skirt to me is the highlight. Like, she looks so good. She really aced it. Then we've got an influencer named Nadia, and her day one look was just a dress. It wasn't really accessorized too much. It was pretty simple, but I did like her day two fit. It's double denim, which I'm a fan of, and I think the shape of it is really cute. Then on day three, I feel like she wore a similar variation, except these were like pants and the top was a little bit different, but it felt very similar to day two. So her looks weren't my favorite, but but the base was definitely there. Then we've got an influencer named Nia, and yes, she is in fact wearing that top that 5 other influencers wore. What can I say? She looks good. Though this is a very similar outfit to what Millie was wearing. It's just honestly the colors are different. But the look of Nia's that caught my eye was day 2. This double denim, of course. But I thought this was a creative way to do double denim. Like, I don't really see it like this a lot. The distressing, the pockets, I thought this was fun. I think it could have benefited from a couple of accessories, but overall it was good. And then day 3 was relatively simple. This white matching set with the fun belt. I really like the belt in this fit, and I think for day 3, it's pretty good. Then we've got an influencer named Reagan, and she also did the all white with the belt. Again, not a huge fan of corset tops, but I like the silhouette of this. Then for day 2, she had this really fun top, and she wore relatively simple micro shorts, but I think it's because the top has a lot going on that honestly, for me, it works. Then for day 3, she's got a lot of fringe, which I think fringe is totally Coachella approved. So I thought it was a cute little look. Then we've got an influencer named Riley, and I thought her day 1 outfit was very boho. It is honestly pretty similar to other things we've seen, but I think the accessorizing is cute. Then for her day 2 look, I liked the concept, didn't exactly love the execution. I think it could have benefited maybe from like a pop of color or some accessorizing or something. And then her day 3 outfit is this, I think, fun top, this like leather top with fringe. I think the belt and the necklace make this outfit seem cohesive. And overall, I think her looks are good if you're going for like a less expressive style. Then we've got an influencer named Saffron, and her day 1 look is so fun. The skirt is it for me. Like, the colors, the texture, the material, it's perfect. And then the top, which somehow doesn't clash too much with this skirt. I like the belt, and I love the color of everything. Then for day 2, she had this really fun top. I think it's so pretty, and I like the blue. I like when influencers aren't scared of color. And then for day 3, I love it because I love the bandana print. I think making a dress out of the bandana print is actually creative. This to me is so fun for a festival. Then we've got an influencer named Sophia, and her day 1 outfit is pretty neutral, but I like the fringe on her top, bag, and boots, and I like the little hat she has. And then her day 2 outfit I thought was really fun. Like, I think it's just gorgeous to look at. And then for day 3, she's got a pop of color, and I like that the top matches the belt. Without the pop of color though, this would be such a bland outfit because she didn't really accessorize. So I think it could benefit from accessories. Then we've got another influencer named Sophia, and this outfit should look familiar because it's the same dress that the influencer featured earlier, Kim, wore. And what can I say? It looks good on both of them. Honestly, I do like Kim's styling a little bit more. I just think the pop of color was like a bold but needed choice. And then for day 2, I thought this top was so fun. And I like the belts. I think it's very festival-y. And then for day 3, she had this sheer dress, which I thought was also really good, especially for day 3. I just like the way that everything matches in this outfit, like the boots, the dress, the jewelry, the belt. Then we've got an influencer named Summer, and her day 1 outfit is so fun. I love the stars. I haven't seen another outfit quite like this, so I felt like this was very unique. And then on day 2, she has a similar vibe going as some of the other influencers with like the white knit 2-piece sets, but I really like the added belt and the glove. And then on day 3, she had this very flowy skirt, but I think the highlight for me was the top. I love the fringe, and I love the way she accessorized it, specifically that flower choker. Then we've got an influencer named Tabitha, and her first day outfit, I mean, she had a whole photo shoot for it. It's very cool. The texture up close, very interesting. The silhouette is not revolutionary, but I do think that this is a very like intricate design, and it looks really good on her. And then for day 2, she actually sheared her alpacas and then used their wool to make this outfit, which is an interesting touch. That's definitely unique. I don't love the silhouette of this. I do wish maybe that it was a little bit of a different shape, but I imagine making your first outfit out of alpaca wool would be hard. And then on day 3, she's got this big feather top, and I love it from the front. Then from the side, I don't love it as much. It's, very basic, especially from like the back. I do wish that there was maybe something a little bit going on in the back or like on the sides, or even if she had like a second feather in the back, I think that would be really fun. Then we've got an influencer named Tara, and on day 1, I really liked her micro top. I thought it was really fun, and I like the way that it matches the belt. And then on day 2, she wore this cute little green dress, and I felt like it was very festival appropriate. And then on day 3, she did go a little more basic with this crochet knit top and then jean shorts. Would have loved a little bit more accessorizing, but it was day 3. Then we've got an influencer named Viviana, and her day one outfit is so pretty. I think the layering of the tops is cute. I like the belt. The skirt is very pretty. And then on day 2 for Biebercella, she went a lot simpler. But then on day 3, she came back with such a fun look. Like the layering that she's got going on, the different colors, the materials, everything looks so good. Then we've got an influencer named Yu Yi, and she wore a really fun dress on day 1. So colorful. I love the charms, and it just fits her so well. And then on day 2, she did go a little bit simpler, but I like the pink and I like the butterfly top. And then for day 3, at the time of filming this, she hasn't posted like a carousel photo of it, but she did post a get dressed with me. And this outfit is bold. I don't even know if you can call it an outfit, to be honest. It's like barely their clothing. And it seems like a very interesting choice for day 3, but maybe she wanted to stand out. And now we have made it to Zed, and we are finishing off with the last influencer, Zoe. Her day 1 outfit, the micro top, is so cute. I really like the colors of this, and I love the texture of the skirt. Obviously, I like the pop of color in the belt. This is just a fun look. And then for day 2, she has a similar look to some of the other influencers, but I do like how in this dress, the hem at the bottom is like uneven. And then on day 3, she went very simple, and it felt very reminiscent of like older Coachella days, but I thought she had some really cool looks. Now, before I get into awarding my medals for each of the days, I wanted to go over some honorable mentions. These are some influencers that I think had like a good look, but maybe not for the full weekend. So honorable mentions for day 1 looks: Leah. I think the fringe on this outfit is very cute, and it screams Coachella to me. And then Molly, and I thought I was seeing double because this girl Molly and this girl Sasha wore the exact same outfits, like down to the headpiece and everything. But I did think that this was a fun outfit. And then Sam, I love the belt and the fringe skirt in this look. And then lastly, for day 1, this influencer named Samantha. I really like this dress. I think it is fun for Coachella. And then honorable mentions for day 2, Amy. I thought this was such a fun, colorful look. And then Jolene. I like the handmade look of this. I'm unsure if she handmade it, but it is cool regardless. And then Kenzie, I think this is probably what I would wear if I was going to Coachella, if I'm being honest. And then starting off, honorable mentions for day 3, Angeline. This top steals the show for me. I love it. And then Leah, I thought that this distressed look was really fun paired with this distressed top. And then Sunday, I thought the little peak of yellow with just the structure of this dress was cute. So after a lot of careful deliberation, I have decided to lock in my picks, because at the end of the day, it's really not that serious. And there were so many good looks to choose from. For day 1, the influencer that I think earned bronze is Jess. I think this is just such a beautiful matching set. And then the influencer that I think earned silver is Kamaya. The more I look at this look, the more impressive it gets. From the hair to the body art, it's gorgeous. And then the influencer that I think earned gold for day 1 is Yuyi. This dress is creative, it's gorgeous, and it is so fun. Then moving on to best dressed for day 2, the influencer that I think earned bronze is Caroline. I think watching her TikTok of how she put this outfit together kind of solidified to me how great it is. And she car camped, and that is a factor that I was considering. And the influencer that I think earned silver is Elida. I think it's just such a fun, practical festival look. And then the influencer that I think earned gold on day 2 is Malia. Her look did something that I think is very hard to achieve, and that is perfectly mix style with practicality. And to me, I have no notes for this look. And then best dressed for day 3, I think the influencer that earned bronze is Saffron. I really like the whole bandana dress look, and it's very Coachella. And the influencer that I think earned silver is China. This look is just so fun and colorful. It's cute. And then the influencer that I think earned gold for day 3 is Molly. I think it is so stunning. I love it. And then in terms of best dressed overall, I think if we're playing by influencer Olympic rules, then there is a clear winner. But that's not really how I rated any of these outfits. Like, I can't ignore practicality. For the life of me, I can't do it. Practical fashion to me will always be superior. So my pick for best dressed of Coachella 2026 weekend one is influencer Molly Faye. I had never heard of her before Coachella, but I loved every single look that she put on. They were 10 out of 10 for me, every single one. And then a runner-up would be Kamaya. I think her looks were also consistently wonderful. The only thing that didn't make me choose her was her day 3 look with the bikini. I think that's just what made Molly have the better looks overall for me. And then if we were playing by influencer Olympics rules, where like the boldest, the loudest, the craziest wins, then I think Douse would win. His looks were very reminiscent of when Coachella turned into what it is now. And I think he did a good job, but there's nothing practical about Coachella. So that is why, unfortunately, I could not give him my vote. But I had a great time watching Coachella this year. I have consumed so much Coachella content, and honestly, I wouldn't want it any other way. And I know I have not seen all the amazing outfits, because even as I scroll on Instagram, I see looks that I'm like, oh, I probably would have included that, but I just didn't know it existed. And I tried my hardest. So if you've seen any looks that you absolutely love or you absolutely hated, feel free to drop them in the comments. And also, who would you vote to win the Influencer Olympics of 2026?